Good day, everybody. It's me, Shenell here, and as I showed you in the previous clips, our wonderful trip that we took to the flea market. And this place again is really huge. I want to say over 100 acres. It's more than that actually. I'll give you the notes in the descriptions as you see scrolling across the screen. I'll put it all there. But anywho, the place is huge. It has like 3 different sides. And it's Canton. It's called First Monday Canton, and it's in Canton, Texas, of course. And again, this place, vendors, I know over 6,000 vendors there, and they have new things that people have made, handmade items, you know, crafted up furniture, a vast array of many different items that one could go and purchase here, especially if you want something that is customized to fit you. A lot of the vendors do that type. A lot of the vendors does that type of thing as well. They hand out cards, and then you also have the other ones that are just general flea market finds, you know, where you have your used items, old items. They have one big pavilion that is dedicated simply to antiques, and I mean, they boast just beautiful things, old things, milk glass, and just as you see, Tupperware. I mean, original Tupperware in the old pastel colors and the beautiful greens, the olives and things like that, as you've seen in some of the clips. I wasn't able to capture everything because it's kind of hard to shop when you're looking for certain items for people as well as for yourself, and also to bring you guys along. And so I did bring you along on some of the portion of the trip, but I wasn't able to capture everything that was there. Next time I go, I'll capture it again. And again, it's only one time a month that this flea market opens up. Once a month, first Monday. I don't know why they call it on a Monday, but yeah, it's not even on a Monday. It opens up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. And it is just a wonderful place to go. You spend a lot of time there. And some people actually come in with their camper trailers because they have trailer parks and, you know, hotels that are around the place as well that you can go and stay and bring your entire family, you know, your whole group. And they spend the weekend there, the entire weekend, because this is a flea market that you can't come to, and you actually can't visit this place in one day. It takes literally sometimes, I mean, depends on your walking skills and, you know, getting tired. I wouldn't do it in one day. You really need to do it in like 3 days, 2 days maybe, if you go to the other 2 sections of the park, which I did not even feature at the flea market. I just featured one section, and I didn't even cover, I didn't even cover 50% of this place. This place is huge because it has the indoor pavilions that are covered. And when I say pavilions, I mean like they're big tall sheds. I think I caught some of that in the clip to show you in the clip. And these sheds are long. They are not short buildings. They are huge. If you ever been to a real farmer's market, well, I don't want to call them a real farmer's market because a farmer's market is a farmer's market. But I remember when I was younger, and even when I was an adult, but they kind of changed it up a lot. The farmer's market here in Dallas, Texas. And back in the day when I was a young little bitty something, and we would go down to the farmer's market because my grandparents and uncles and aunts also, they were farmers. And they sold their products that they grew on their own down at the farmer's market. But they had these long, we would call them sheds, and they had the different color sheds, and you would be under the different sheds, you know, covered of course, because you had the different patrons that were coming from all around Dallas, Fort Worth, who came to buy fresh produce, even from the markets, then from the stores. When I say market, they came to buy fresh produce from the farmer's market down in Dallas, Texas. And these places, I mean, the sheds are really long, and you know, the different farmers would come and set up their different items, produce, whatever it was that they were selling, peaches, greens, whatever it was that they were growing at the time. Peas, you know, we would sit on the back of the truck and we would shell peas, and then they bought a pea sheller, and you could run, just old time. Okay, I won't talk about all that. That's another video. Maybe I'll take you for a trip down to the farmer's market in Dallas. But that'll most likely be on my other channel, Lifestyle and Inspirations with Shenell. Yes, over there. And I'll take you on some trips around DFW location and other locations as well, and show you some of the nightlife, day life, different places that you can go, have dinner and things like that. I don't like to eat out a lot, but I do go to some places, you know, might go with some other couples or whatever and spend time there, but I don't always eat there. But places that I do frequent, I might show you some of those places as well on the other channel. But again, here we go. I'm going to show you some of the items that we picked up while at the flea market, and when you're there you can get them for excellent prices, and of course you have to haggle a little bit. So let me show you what I picked up. This is one of the first items we picked up, or one of the items, and it is this sheet of 10. Now it's very big in size, as you can see, but I love this, and I have purchased many of these over the years and put them in. People have just purchased them as well from me, because what I do is turn around and frame it, have it framed up really pretty. And if you remember sheets of 10, they have them in old buildings, you know, across the ceilings, sometimes on walls. And if you about these are the texture. If you can see here, it has old paint on it, the rust, and you see how it's patinaed, the patina on it. And what I liked about this one, when we picked it up, I spotted these out for my daughter, and I love all the colors in there because she has blue in her space. And if you can see where the patina is, and it's picked up that blue color, and it's kind of a purpley fading with the oranges and also the gray in the tin with the old paint. Now when you do buy old tin like this, you do have to seal it. Don't brush it or anything like that, because you never know, the paint could be old painted, whatever you do. But again, I would not brush it. I would just take it and seal it. You can use a rust remover and take the rust away if you don't like the rust as well. But these are very, very beautiful, and we purchased 3 of them. Now again, I have purchased many of these over the years, not all from the flea market. I have purchased them from yard sales out in the country, places like that, because people took them out of old buildings and they just threw them in their old barns. And I love to go down to the country, and I like to spot things on the side of the road, and I'm like, that's fine. That is going to look gorgeous in somebody's home, because it doesn't always mean that it is French country or it's country or it's what's the word I'm looking for, the decor, farmhouse. It's not always farmhouse. They use things like this in urban development buildings. They're just beautiful to have, and you can paint them a solid color. Sorry to be covering my face, but you can paint them in a solid color and they look excellent on so many things. You can lay them out on a table and kind of have them a little flattened out if you like, and put a glass top on it, or you can have it recessed inside of something that is custom made. There are just so many uses for these than just hanging them on the wall or at the top on a ceiling. So this is one of the first finds that we found, and she absolutely adores it, and I'll show you in another video, because this video could get pretty long, and with the clips from the flea market and showing you the finds. So I'm going to show you in another video exactly what I did with them and where we placed them. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I think it's beautiful. I'm sorry for the shadows, y'all, but this, y'all, I am in Texas. I am a Texan, and I do use the word y'all. Come on over here, y'all. Okay, anyway, but yeah, you see all the beautiful patina that is on it. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. Again, I don't like to use everything straight out of the store. I like things that have personality, things that have been collected, you know, a room that is curated over time, not a room that is just bought straight out the store. I like a home or a place that I decorate or design in to look really lived in, and again, collected, curated. And pieces like this definitely add that style. And if she doesn't want them, which I'm pretty sure she does, I definitely do. This particular item is something that probably the average person is not going to think of. You're going to walk by it and say, they need to throw that in the trash. But if you have an eye for different uses for different things, then you will pick something up like this, because I like those finishing touches to a room. Those things that add that extra texture, and again, that worn use or something you may have had from a long time ago, one of your grandparents or great-grandparents may have had, and it has a story behind it. You can buy something like that and create your own story. In other words, something like this old medical bag. And I'm going to show you exactly what I do with this bag. You see how tattered it is and old and worn? To me, it's gold. It's actually very beautiful to me. Very, very old and worn. And we picked this up. It was so old, it had handles on it. One of them was, they were hanging off to the side on both sides, and the handles, when you moved it, tried to carry it, but the actual handles fell off. So it's very, very old. And you bring something like this home, again, you have to clean it up really well. Actually, it was sitting on the dollar table. He had it for $1. We were out that day, it was cold, and then it started to mist a little bit. And some of the vendors started to pack up because they were like, it was a slow weekend because it was very cold. And he had this out on the dollar table. He just wanted to get rid of it. And this was one of those items that we picked up, and I'll show you in another video exactly what we do with it. Now, these are very popular, as they are with weddings, tablescapes, parties, different events that people hold, or event planners. And they're actual wood slices, the real actual wood slices. And you have different people, especially in the country settings, that they chop down trees and they actually slice these up and they sell them to different event planners and wholesalers for quite a bit of money. And I'm sure you've seen them in the stores. Once you get them, they're all sanded down and are sealed. And these are not sealed yet, but they will be, and sanded. They're in their actual natural state, which I love them in their natural state. And we picked up 6 of these. Now, you know I don't always like to talk price, because again, I do purchase things and I sell, but since this is not going to an actual client, my daughter this time, I'm just doing this for her, just because she's my daughter and I love her. I'll tell you what I paid for them, what she paid for them actually. She paid $14, I believe it was, or I think it was $14, $14 or $15 for 6 of them. And originally, you know, at the flea market, yard sales, we go in, we haggle a little bit. We don't want to be inappropriate with our haggling, because people do have these items. We think of them and we look at them as items that we want to purchase and that we really like. So we don't want to be disrespectful to them either when you are haggling. So I wouldn't go into somebody's booth or their yard sale and see this and say, oh, okay, I'll give you $1 for them. That is totally disrespectful to me, in my opinion. Because if it's something that you really want and it's something that they valued, of course you're not going to pay exactly full price, because nobody's going to price their items at totally full price. They're going to mark it down enough to where it's an in-between price to give you a little haggle room. It's just the game we all play, right? Yeah. So you haggle a little bit, but we got all 6 wood slices for $15 or $14, whichever one it was, $1 in between. But we got all 6 of them for that price, and these are pretty good size, as you can see. They're larger than my head. way larger than my head. But we got 6 of them, and we're going to use them on her table. Might just use them in a vignette, different things around the house. But I'll show you again in another video exactly how we use these as well. And most of the items that we picked up were for her. She had a wonderful time at the flea market this particular time. She hadn't been in a while with me, and she went out. We picked these up, and I have another item I'm going to show you as well. Now here is another item, and this is something that has been around for a few years that people are really loving using around their homes. The dough bowls. I really like this one. I like the color on it. If you could see it. It has a whitewash, and you can also see the wood tones coming through as well. It is very textured, and it is solid wood, real wood. And I'll show you what I do with this. This is one item that I picked up for myself. And I think it was actually the only, no, it wasn't the only item. We did pick up something else, a couple of other items, but again, I don't want the video to get too long, so I'm just going to show you these home items that, since this is Angelic Interior Designs, and I'm just going to show you those items that we picked up that can go inside your home or what you can do with them. So again, thank you for joining me and watching the flea market video and the flea market haul. And again, I will show you in another video that is upcoming exactly what we did with it and what you can do with your flea market finds. So thank you for joining me again. This has been Shenell here, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these items, especially the tin. Yeah, and the doctor's bag. Yeah, the medical bag rather. And let me know what you think of that. And like, share, and comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I'm holding this like a baby because it is my baby. It was a very good find. See you in the next one.